CompTIA A+, Core 1 and 2, 220, 1101, and 1102. Acronym list A through L, 97 to 123. LAN, Local Area Network. LAN stands for Local Area Network. A network is a group of two or more connected computers, and a LAN is a network contained within a small geographic area, usually within the same building. Home Wi-Fi networks and small business networks are common examples of LAN. LC, Lucent Connector. The Lucent Connector, little connector, or local connector, features a 1.25 millimeter zirconia fuel in a small form factor, SFF. LCD, Liquid Crystal Display. LCDs are commonly used for portable electronic games, as viewfinders for digital cameras and camcorders, in video projection systems for electronic billboards, as monitors for computers, and in flat panel televisions. LCD screens can be grouped into three categories: TN, twisted numeric, IPS, in plane switching, and VA, vertical alignment. LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access. Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, LDAP, is a protocol that helps users find data about organizations, persons, and more. LDAP has two main goals: to store data in the LDAP directory and authenticate users to access the directory. LED, Light Emitting Diode. A light emitting diode, LED, is a semiconductor device that emits light when current flows through it. Electrons in the semiconductor recombine with electron holes, releasing energy in the form of photons. MAC, Media Access Control, Mandatory Access Control. A means of restricting access to system resources based on the sensitivity as represented by a label of the information contained in the system resource and the formal authorization, i.e. clearance, of users to access information of such sensitivity. MAM, Mobile Application Management. Mobile application management is software that secures and enables IT control over enterprise applications on users' ends, corporate and personal smartphones and tablets. MAM software allows IT administrators to apply and enforce corporate policies on mobile apps and limit the sharing of corporate data amongst apps. MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. A metropolitan area network, MAN, is a single computer network that is larger than a single building local area network, LAN, but is located in a single geographic area that is smaller than a wide area network, WAN. MAN. MBR, Master Boot Record. MBR, Master Boot Record, is the information in the first sector of a hard disk or removable drive. It identifies how and where the system's operating system, OS, is located in order to be booted, loaded into the computer's main storage or RAM access memory, RAM. MDM, Mobile Device Management. Mobile device management is any software that allows IT to automate, control, and secure administrative policies on laptops, smartphones, tablets, or any other device connected to an organization's network. MFA, Multi-Factor Authentication. MFA, Multi-Factor Authentication, is used to authenticate if the identity of a user is genuine. It requires a user to present two or more pieces of evidence or factors for authentication. A key goal for MFA is to add additional authentication factors to increase security. MFD, multifunction device. A multifunction device, MFD, is an office machine which incorporates the functionality of multiple devices in one and generally provides centralized document management, distribution, production, in an office setting. MFP, multifunction printer. A multifunction product, MFP or multifunction printer, network attached document production device that combines two or more of the copy, print, scan, and fax functions. MMC, Microsoft Management Console. Microsoft Management Console MMC is used to create, save, and open administrative tools called consoles, which manage the hardware, software, and network components of your Microsoft Windows operating system. MMC runs on all client operating systems that are currently supported. MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. A Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, is a non-binding agreement that states each party's intention to take action, conduct a business transaction, or form a new partnership. This type of agreement may also be referred to as Letter of Intent, LOI, or Memorandum of Agreement, MOA. MSDS, Material Safety Data Sheet. The MSDS lists the hazardous ingredients of a product, its physical and chemical characteristics, example, flammability, explosive properties, its effect on human health, and the chemicals that which it can adversely react, handling precautions, the types of measures that can be used to control exposure, emergency, and first aid procedures, and methods to contain a spill. MSRA, Microsoft Remote Assistance. Microsoft Remote Assistance, MSRA, is available in Windows 7, 8, and 10. It allows you to request assistance from a friend who can then observe your system while you are working or controlling the system remotely. Note that if both you and your helper are using Windows 10, Quick Assist is recommended instead. MX, Mail Exchange. A mail exchange record, MX record, is a type of certified and verified resource record in the domain name system that specifies a mail server responsible for accepting email messages on behalf of a recipient's domain, and a preference value used to prioritize mail delivery if multiple mail servers are available. NAC, Network Access Control. Network Access Control, NAC, also known as Network Administration Control, is the process of restricting unauthorized users and devices from gaining access to a corporate or private network. NAT, Network Address Translation. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It's a simple way to map multiple private addresses inside a local network to a public IP address before transferring the information onto the internet. Organizations that want multiple devices to employ a single IP address use NAT, as most home routers do. NDA, Non-Disclosure Agreement. An NDA creates the legal framework to protect ideas and information from being stolen or shared with competitors or third parties. Breaking an NDA agreement triggers a host of legal ramifications, including lawsuits, financial penalties, and even criminal charges. NetBIOS, Network Basic Input-Output System. NetBIOS is a network service that enables applications on different computers to communicate with each other across a local network, LAN. It was developed in 1980s for an early IBM-developed PC networks. NetBT, NetBIOS over TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol. NetBIOS over TCP/IP, NetBT, sometimes NetBT, is a networking protocol that allows legacy computer applications relying on the NetBIOS API to be used on modern TCP/IP networks. NFC, Near Field Communication. Near Field Communication is a set of short-range wireless technologies, typically requiring a distance of 4 centimeters or less to initiate connection. NFC allows you to share small payloads of data between an NFC tag and an Android-powered device, or between two Android-powered devices. Tags can range in complexity. NFS, Network File System. NFS is a stateless network attached storage protocol introduced by Sun Microsystems in 1984. It can be used in conjunction with all sorts of underlying local file systems. NIC, Network Interface Card. A NIC provides a computer with a dedicated, full-time connection to a network. It implements the physical layer circuitry necessary for communicating with a data link layer standard, such as Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Each card represents a device and can prepare, transmit, and control the flow of data on a network. NTFS, New Technology File System. NTFS, which is also sometimes called the New Technology File System, is a process that allows NT operating system uses for storing, organizing, and finding files on a hard disk efficiently. NTFS was first introduced in 1993 as a part of the Windows NT 3.1 release. NVMe, Non-Volatile Memory Express. NVMe, Non-Volatile Memory Express, is a host control interface and storage protocol created to accelerate the transfer speed of data between enterprise and client systems, and solid-state drives over a computer's high-speed peripheral component interconnect express bus. OCR, Optical Character Recognition. Optical Character Recognition, OCR, is the process that converts an image of text into a machine-readable text format. For example, if you scan a form or a receipt, your computer saves the scan as an image file. You cannot use a text editor to edit, search, or count the words in the image file. OLED, Organic Light Emitting Diode. OLED, also known as organic LED, is a light-emitting diode that emits light when an electric current is passed through its emissive layer. OLEDs use organic materials to emit light, rather than traditional backlight used in LCD displays. ONT, Optical Network Terminal. The Optical Network Terminal, ONT, converts the optical signal coming through the fiber into separate signals for TV, voice, and data. The ONT is installed with file service on either the outside or inside of your home, garage, basement, closet, etc. OS, Operating System. An operating system is the most important software which runs on a computer. It controls the computer's memory, processes, and all software and hardware. Several computer programs normally run at the same time, all of which need access to the computer's processor, CPU, memory, and storage. PaaS, Platform as a Service. Platform as a Service, PaaS, is a complete cloud environment that includes everything developers need to build, run, and manage applications, from servers and operating systems to all the networking, storage, middleware, tools, and more. PAN, Personal Area Network. One of the most common real-world examples of a PAN is the connection between a Bluetooth earpiece and a smartphone. PANs can also connect laptops, tablets, printers, keyboards, and other computerized devices. PAN network connections can either be wired or wireless. PC, Personal Computer. A personal computer is a microcomputer designed for use by one person at a time. Prior to the PC, computers were designated for and only affordable for companies that attached terminals for multiple users to a single large mainframe computer whose resources were shared among all users. PCIe, Peripheral Component Interconnect Express. Peripheral Component Interconnect Express, PCIe, is a serial expansion bus standard for connecting a computer to one or more peripheral devices. PCIe provides lower latency and higher data transfer rates than parallel buses such as PCI and PCIX. PCL, Printer Command Language. Printer Command Language, more commonly referred to as PCL, is a page description language, PDL, developed by Hewlett Packard as a printer protocol and has become de facto standard industry. PE, Pre-installation Environment. Windows Pre-installation Environment, also known as Windows PE or WinPE, is a lightweight version of Windows used for deployment of PCs, workstations, and servers, or troubleshooting an operating system while it is offline. PII, Personally Identifiable Information. Personally identifiable information includes information that can be used to distinguish or trace an individual's identity or directly or indirectly through linkage with other information. PIN, Personal Identification Number. An identity protection, PIN, is a 6-digit number that prevents someone else from filing a tax return using your social security number or individual taxpayer's identification number. The IP, PIN, is known only to you and IRS. It helps us verify your identity when you file your electronics or paper tax return. PKI, Public Key Infrastructure. The public key infrastructure, PKI, is the set of hardware, software, policies, processes, and procedures required to create, manage, distribute, use, store, and revoke digital certificate and public keys. PoE, Power over Ethernet. Power over Ethernet is the process of sending electrical power and data over copper wire. The combination of data transmission along with power supplying hardware into the same RJ45 Ethernet connector allows for the transmission of power over the network cabling. POP3, Post Office Protocol 3. POP3 retrieves and organizes emails from the receiver's mail server to the receiver's computer. POST, Power on Self-Test. Power on Self-Test, POST, is an operation initiated by a computer after it has been turned on but before it boots up the OS. PPP, Point-to-Point Protocol. Point-to-Point Protocol is a TCP/IP protocol that is used to connect one computer system to another. Computers use PPP to communicate over the telephone network or the internet. A PPP connection exists when two systems physically connect through a telephone line. PRL, Preferred Roaming List. The Preferred Roaming List is a database residing in a wireless, primarily CDMA device such as a cell phone that contains information used during the system selection and acquisition process. PSU, Power Supply Unit. A power supply unit, PSU, converts main AC to low voltage regulated DC power for the internal components of a computer. Modern personal computers universally use switch mode power supplies. Some power supplies have a manual switch for selecting input voltage, while others automatically adapt to the main voltage. PXE, Pre-Boot Environment Execution. Pre-boot execution environment, PXE, pronounced PXE, is a set of standards that enables a computer to load an operating system, OS, over a network connection. PXE can be used to quickly install an OS, and it is commonly used for both servers and clients. Radius, RADIUS. Remote Authentication Dial-In User Service. Remote Authentication Dial-In User Service, RADIUS, is an Internet Standard Protocol that provides centralized authentication, accounting, and IP management services for remote access users in a distributed dial-up network. RAID, R-A-I-D, Redundant Array of Independent or Inexpensive Disks. RAID is a way of storing the same data in different places on multiple hard disks or solid-state drives, SSDs, to protect data in case of a drive failure. There are different RAID levels, however, not all have the goal of providing redundancy. RAM, RAM, Random Access Memory. RAM is a temporary memory bank where a computer stores data it needs to retrieve quickly. RAM keeps data easily accessible so that your processor can quickly find it without having to go into long-term storage to complete immediate processing tasks. RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. Remote Desktop Protocol is a secure network communications protocol developed by Microsoft. It enables network administrators to remotely diagnose problems that individual users encounter and gives users remote access to their physical work desktop computers. RF, radio frequency. Radio frequency is a measurement representing the oscillation rate of electromagnetic radiation spectrum, or electromagnetic radio waves, from frequencies ranging from 300 GHz as low as 9 kHz. RFI, Radio Frequency Interface. The radio frequency interface, RFI, is the conduction or radiation of electrical noise or radio frequency energy produced by electrical and electronic equipment. This interferes with the operation of nearby equipment or those connected on the same power system. RFID, Radio Frequency Identification. Radio frequency identification refers to a wireless system comprised of two components, tags and readers. The reader is a device that has one or more antennas that emit radio waves and receive signals back from the RFID tags. RJ11, Register Jack Function 11. Register Jack 11, a telephone interface that uses a cable of twisted wire pairs and a modular jack with 2, 4, or 6 contacts. RJ11 is the common connector for plugging a telephone into the wall and the headset into the telephone. RJ45, Register Jack Function 45. The 8-pin RJ45 connector is a standardized interface which often connects a computer to a local area network, LAN. This type of connector was originally developed for telephone communications, but now is used in a range of applications. The abbreviation RJ45 stands for Register Jack 45. RMM, Remote Monitoring and Management. Remote Monitoring and Management, RMM, is a process designed to help managed IT service providers, MSPs, remotely and proactively monitor client, endpoints, network, and computers. RTO, Real-Time Objective. Real-Time Objective, Recovery Time Objective, is the amount of real time during or after a disaster that can elapse without a business restoring its services and processes to acceptable levels before it will experience intolerable consequences associated with the disruption. SaaS, Software as a Service. Software as a Service, SaaS, allows users to connect to and use cloud-based apps over the internet. Common examples are email, calendaring, and office tools such as Microsoft 365. SAN, Storage Area Network. A storage area network, SAN, is a network of storage devices that can be accessed by multiple servers or computers, providing a shared pool of storage space. Each computer on the network can access storage on the SAN as though they were local disks connected directly onto the computer. SAS, Serial Attached SCSIs, Small Computer System Interface. Serial Attached SCSIs, or SCSIs, is a point-to-point serial protocol that moves data to and from computer storage devices such as a hard disk drive and tape drive. SAS replaces the older parallel SCSIs, parallel small computer system interfaces. SATA, SATA, Serial Advanced Technology Attachment. Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, Serial ATA, SATA, or SATA, is a computer bus interface used to connect host bus adapters with mass storage devices like optical drives and hard drives. This interface is commonly used to connect hard drives to a host system such as computer motherboards. SC, Subscriber Connect. SC, abbreviated for Subscriber Connect, has also been referred to as Square Connector or Standard Connector. It is a popular fiber optic connector due to its low cost, durability, and simple installations for both point-to-point and passive optical network. SCADA, SCADA, Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition. SCADA is the acronym for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition. SCADA is a computer-based system for gathering and analyzing real-time data to monitor and control equipment that deals with critical and time-sensitive materials or events. SCP, Secure Copy Protection. The SCP is a network protocol based on the BSD-RCP protocol, which supports file transfers between hosts on a network. SCP uses Secure Shell, SSH, for data transfer and uses the same mechanisms for authentication, thereby ensuring the authenticity and confidentiality of the data in transit. SCSI, SCSI, Small Computer System Interface. Small Computer System Interface is a set of American National Standards Institute, ANSI, of electrical interfaces that allow personal computers, PCs, to communicate with peripheral hardware such as hard drives, tape drives, and CD-ROMs. SDN, Software-Defined Networking. Software-defined networking is an approach to networking that uses software-based controllers or application program interfaces, APIs, to communicate with underlying hardware infrastructure and direct traffic on a network. SFTP, Secure File Transfer Protocol. Secure File Transfer Protocol, or SFTP, is a secure file transfer protocol that uses Secure Shell SSH encryption to provide high level of security for sending and receiving file transfers. SFTP is similar to FTPS in that it uses AES and other algorithms to secure data as it travels between different systems. SIM, SIM, Subscriber Identity Module. Subscriber Identity Module, abbreviated as SIM, is a smart card that is necessary to make use of a mobile phone. The SIM is the key used to identify and authenticate the mobile subscriber. On the SIM is also a memory available for personalized data such as a telephone book and messages. SIM, SIMM, Single Inline Memory Module. A single inline memory module is a memory module consisting of 6 to 9 RAM chips on a circuit board. There are two types of SIMMs, 30-pin modules used in 86 machines and 72-pin modules used in 486 and Pentium systems. The memory chips on a SIMM module are usually DRAM or SD-RAM chips. SMART, SMART, Self-Monitoring Analysis and Reporting Technology. Self-monitoring analysis and reporting technology, often written as SMART, is a monitoring system for computer hard disk drives to detect and report on various indicators of reliability in the hope of anticipating failures. SMART is an interface between the platform's BIOS and the storage device. SMB, Server Message Block. The Server Message Block Protocol, SMB protocol, is a client-server communication protocol used for sharing access to files, printers, serial ports, and other resources on a network. It can also carry transaction protocols for inter-process communication. SMS, Short Message Service. Short Message Service, SMS, is a facility developed as a part of the GSM standard that enables a mobile device to send, receive, and display messages of up to 160 characters in Roman text and variations for non-Roman character sets. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is a TCP/IP protocol used in sending and receiving email. SMTP is used most commonly by email clients including Gmail, Outlook, Apple Mail, and Yahoo Mail. SMTP can send and receive email, but email clients typically use a program with SMTP for sending. SMNP, Simple Network Management Protocol. Simple Network Management Protocol is a networking protocol used for the management and monitoring of network-connected devices in Internet Protocol networks. SNTP, Simple Network Time Protocol. Simple Network Time Protocol application is a time maintenance application that you can use to synchronize hardware in a network. You can use the IBM I operating system as an SNTP server, an SNTP client, and an NTP client, or running an SNTP server and one kind of client at the same time. SODIMM, SODIMM, Small Outline Dual Inline Memory Module. A SODIMM is a memory module with a smaller outline and thickness than standard DIMM modules, and designed primarily for notebook computers. SOHO, SOHO, Small Office Home Office. The term small office home office refers to a small business that is often run out of small office spaces, homes, or even virtually. These businesses are commonly considered micro-enterprises. Their owners are commonly self-employed who don't need large office spaces to conduct their day-to-day operations. SPF, Sender Policy Framework. Sender Policy Framework, SPF, is an email authentication method that helps to identify the mail servers that are allowed to send email for a given domain. By using SPF, ISPs can identify email from spoofers, scammers, and phishers as they try to send malicious email from a domain that belongs to a company or brand. SQL, Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language, SQL, is a programming language for storing and processing information in a relational database. A relational database stores information in tubular form, with rows and columns representing different data attributes and the variation relationships between the data values. SRAM, Static Random Access Memory. SRAM, Static RAM, is a type of random access memory that retains data bits in its memory as long as power is being supplied. Unlike dynamic RAM, DRAM, which must have continuous refresh, SRAM does not have this requirement, resulting in better performance and lower power usage. SSD, Solid State Drive. A solid-state drive is a semiconductor-based storage device, which typically uses NAND flash memory to save persistent data. Each NAND flash memory chip consists of an array of blocks, also known as a grid. And within each block, there is this array of memory cells known as pages or sectors. SSH, Secure Shell. SSH, or Secure Shell, is a network communication protocol that enables two computers to communicate HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is the protocol used to transfer hypertext such as web pages and shared data. SSID, Service Set Identifier. A service set identifier is a unique identifier that allows devices to connect to a Wi-Fi network. The service set identifier differentiates between multiple Wi-Fi networks in an area so users can connect to the right one. For example, at a coffee shop, the SSID might be something like Coffee Shop Wi-Fi. SSL, Secure Socket Layer. Secure Socket Layer, SSL, is a protocol that provides secure communication over the Internet. It uses both symmetric and asymmetric cryptography. The SSL protocol provides server authentication and client authentication. Server authentication is performed when a client connects to the server. SSO, Single Sign-On. Single sign-on is an identification method that enables users to log into multiple applications and websites with one set of credentials. ST, Straight Tip. A straight tip connector, ST connector, is a connector used in fiber optic cables that utilizes a bayonet-style plug and socket. It has become the de facto standard for commercial wirings. STP, Shielded Twisted Pair. Shielded Twisted Pair STP is a special kind of copper telephone and local area network LAN wiring used in some business installations. It adds an outer covering or shield that functions as a grounding to ordinary twisted pair wiring. TACAS, TACAS, Terminal Access Controller Access Control System. The Terminal Access Controller Access Control System, TACAS, is a centralized access control system that requires users to send an ID and static password for authentication. TACAS uses UDP port 49 and may also use TCP. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, is a communications standard that enables application programs and computing devices to exchange messages over a network. It is designed to send packets across the Internet and ensure the successful delivery of data and messages over networks. TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, is a communication standard that enables application programming and computing devices to exchange messages over a network. TFTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol. Trivial File Transfer Protocol, TFTP, is a simple protocol that provides basic file transfer function with no user authentication. TFTP is intended for applications that do not need the sophisticated interactions that File Transfer Protocol FTP provides. TKIP, TKIP, Temporal Key Integrity Protocol. Temporal Key Integrity Protocol, TKIP, is a security protocol used in the IEEE 802.11 wireless networking standard. TKIP was designed by the IEEE 802.11i task group and the Wi-Fi Alliance as an interim solution to replace WEP without requiring the replacement of legacy hardware. TLS, Transport Layer Security. Transport Layer Security encrypts data sent over the Internet to enable that eavesdroppers and hackers are unable to see what you transmit, which is particularly useful for private and sensitive information such as passwords, credit cards, and personal correspondence. TN, Twisted Pneumatic. Twisted Pneumatic is a type of LCD plane technology. In this type of panel, when no electrical current is running through the liquid crystal cells, the cells naturally align in twisted form between two substrate panels of glass which block the transmission of light from the backlight. TPM, Trusted Platform Module. The Trusted Platform Module TPM technology is designed to provide hardware-based security-related functions. A TPM chip is a secure crypto processor that is designed to carry out cryptographic operations. UAC, User Account Control. User Account Control, UAC, helps prevent malware from damaging a PC and helps organizations deploy a better managed desktop. With UAC apps and tasks always running in the security context of a non-administrator account, unless an administrator specifically authorizes administrator-level access to the system.
UDP, User Datagram Protocol.
User Datagram Protocol UDP is a communications protocol for time-sensitive applications like gaming, playing videos, or domain name systems (DNS) lookups. UDP results in speedier communication because it does not spend time forming a firm connection with the destination before transferring the data.
UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface.
Unified Extensible Firmware Interface (UEFI) is a specification for a computer's program that connects a computer's firmware to its operating system (OS). UEFI is expected to evenly replace basic input-output systems (BIOS), but is compatible with it.
UNC, Universal Naming Convention.
A universal naming convention name is a network resource name for a SharePoint on a workstation. The resource name includes the workstation name assigned to the workstation and the name you assign to the drive or directory so it can be shared. The name you assign is also called a SharePoint name.
UPnP, Universal Plug and Play.
Universal Plug and Play, UPnP, is a service that allows devices on the same network to discover each other and automatically connect through standard networking protocols such as TCP/IP, HTTP, and DHCP.
UPS, Uninterruptible Power Supply.
A UPS, or uninterruptible power supply, is a device used to back up a power supply to prevent devices and systems from power supply problems such as power failure or lightning strikes.
USB, Universal Serial Bus.
A Universal Serial Bus USB is a common interface that enables communication between devices and a host controller such as a personal computer, PC, or smartphone. It connects peripheral devices such as digital cameras, mouse, keyboards, printers, scanners, media devices, and external hardwares such as hard drives and flash drives.
UTM, Unified Threat Management.
Unified Threat Management (UTM) refers to when multiple security features or services are combined into a single device within your network. Using UTM, your network's users are protected with several different features, including antivirus, content filtering, email, and web filtering, anti-spam, and more.
UTP, Unshielded Twisted Pair.
Unshielded Twisted Pair (UTP) is a ubiquitous type of copper cabling used in telephone wires and local area networks (LANs). The 5 types of UTP cables are identified with the prefix CAT, as in category, each supporting a different amount of bandwidth.
VA, Vertical Alignment.
A type of LCD panel technology in this type of panel, with no electric current is running through the liquid crystal cells. The cells naturally align vertically between 2 separate panels of glass, which block the transmission of light from the backlight.
VDI, Virtual Desktop Infrastructure.
Virtual Desktop Infrastructure, VDI, is the host of desktop environments on the central server. It is a form of desktop virtualization, as the specific desktop images run within virtual machines, VMs, and are delivered to end clients over a network.
VGA, Video Graphics Array.
A VGA cable is used to connect your computer to a monitor. It transfers the picture signal from the computer to the monitor so it can be displayed.
VLAN, VLAN, Virtual LAN, Virtual Local Area Network.
VLAN is a collection of devices or network nodes that communicate with one another as if they make up a single LAN, when in reality they exist in one or several LAN segments.
VM, Virtual Machine.
A virtual machine is a digital version of a physical computer. Virtual machine software can run programs and operating systems, store data, connections to networks, and do not compute functions, and do other computer functions, such as maintenance and updating and system monitoring.
VNC, Virtual Network Computer.
VNC stands for Virtual Network Computing. It is a cross-platform screen sharing system that was created to remotely control another computer. This means that a computer screen, keyboard, and mouse can be used from a distance by a remote user from a secondary device as though they were sitting right in front of it.
VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol.
Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP, is a technology for communicating using Internet Protocol instead of traditional analog systems. Some VoIP services need only a regular phone connection, while others allow you to make telephone calls using an Internet connection instead.
VPN, Virtual Private Network.
A virtual private network, VPN, adds security or anonymity to users when they connect to web-based services and sites. A VPN hides the user's actual public IP address and tunnels traffic between the user's device and the remote server.
VRAM, Video Random Access Memory.
VRAM is a buffer between the computer processor and the display, and is often called a frame buffer. When images are sent to the display, they are first read by the processor as a data from some form of a main or non-video RAM, and then written to VRAM.
WAN, Wide Area Network.
A wide area network, WAN, is a large computer network that connects groups of computers over large distances. WANs are often used by large businesses to connect their office networks. Each office typically has its own LAN, or local area network, and these LANs connect via WAN, wide area network.
WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy.
Wired equivalent privacy is meant to protect Wi-Fi transmission by encrypting the data so outsiders who are not inside the encrypted network will not be able to read the messages or data contained within it. WEP is still better than no security at all, and it is still used on older devices that do not support WEP, WPA, or WPA2.
WISP, Wireless Internet Service Provider.
A wireless internet service provider, WISP, is an internet service provider, ISP, that allows subscribers to connect to a server at designated hotspots access points using a wireless connection such as Wi-Fi.
WLAN, WLAN, Wireless LAN, Wireless Local Area Network.
A wireless local area network is a wireless distributed method for two or more devices. WLAN uses high-frequency radio waves and often includes an access point to the internet. A WLAN allows users to move around the coverage area, often a home or small office, while maintaining a network connection.
WMN, Wireless Mesh Network.
A wireless mesh network, WMN, is a mesh network created through the connection of wireless access points, WAP nodes, installed at each network user's locale. The networking infrastructure is decentralized and simplified because each node only transmits as far as the next node.
WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access.
WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access, is a security standard for computing devices equipped with wireless internet connections. WPA was developed by the Wi-Fi Alliance to provide more sophisticated data encryption and better user authentication than Wired Equivalent Privacy, WEP, the original Wi-Fi security standard.
WWAN, Wireless Wide Area Network.
Wireless Wide Area Network, WN connections include wired as well as wireless technologies. WWAN connections are completely based on wireless technology.
XXS, cross-site scripting.
Cross-site scripting, XSS, is an attack in which an attacker injects malicious executable scripts into the code of a trusted application or website. Attackers are often initiate an XSS attack by sending a malicious link to a user and inciting the user to click on it.